Craig, prior to the victory against Newtown, we'd scored 22 goals in 4 games.
Yeah.
1-0 at Latham Park. In some ways, could that be considered a positive because it keeps the players grounded ahead of this Sunday's game against Airdrieonians?
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, and obviously we've gone a really long time winning games consecutively. I think that was our 26th game in a row. So there's going to be blips, from a personal point of view, and I think from the players' point of view, I knew it wasn't. They knew I knew it wasn't our best performance, but we kept a clean sheet. We won the game. And yes, Newtown, Connor Roberts has made 2 really good saves, but you look at the bigger picture of it, I think, we dominated the game. I think it was 76% possession, 15, 16 corners, there 2 or 3, as well as, Andrew Witchley got man of the match. So, yes, they did create opportunities. Yes, they done well on the day, but I think, it's, you look at it when you step back, review the game, review all the things that went along with it, and then it wasn't the end of the world, but we definitely took our foot off the pedal a little bit.
And as well as the 26 games on the bounce, which you've just referenced, the last time we tasted defeat was August the 1st in Luxembourg. It's an incredible run, but as we go into this game on Sunday, could it be arguably described as the toughest one so far this season?
Yeah, well, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? It's definitely the most important one because it's the next game. In history says, and in levels of football, Airdrie are, I think, 4th or 5th in the Scottish Championship, which is a good standard of football. So we know it's going to be a tough game. We've had the opportunity to go and see them on 3 occasions between myself and Sarge, live with our own eyes, and then obviously we've watched a lot of their games on Y-Scout and other platforms. So we've also got obviously 3 or 4 of our players who have played at that level in Scotland recently. Dec McManus, John Routledge, Danny Redmond, Jordan Marshall. I don't think there's anyone else, but all 4 have got experience of playing at that level, championship level, and know players and know the level. So we've done a lot of due diligence, worked hard between myself and Sarge to do the miles to get up to watch with it, like I said, with our own eyes, and then spent hours on Y-Scout reviewing. So yeah, we the staff have worked really hard to get the situation where we are and pass as much information on to the players as possible.
You've been in this position before, 5 years ago, with Connah's Quay Nomads against Ross County. A different team, different management setup, different players. Do you feel that perhaps this time round you have a better chance of going that one final step and lifting the trophy?
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. 2 teams in the final. Any team that gets to any final of any competition, are going to be very good teams. I remember, I think last time with Ross County, they got promoted to the Scottish Prem that year as well. They were really strong. Dec McManus was in that squad, in that team. So, and I recall we went 1-0 up. I think we had a couple of opportunities for half time, and we went in 1-0 up at half time, and then Ross County were just too strong for the second half. So Ross County were a very, very good team getting promotion that year. And when I previously was involved, I think when we got beat off Livingston or St Mirren, one or both of them went up that year as well to the Scottish Prem, if I recall, when we got beat off TNS. So it's, the level of competition. Airdrie are 4th or 5th in the league. They're a very good team. Got some very good young players. They've got a young player manager who's obviously wanting to do really well. First opportunity, first job, find his way, in management, coming out of a very good playing career. So it's going to be really tough. It is going to be tough, and the standards high. So we've got to make sure that we turn up like we did at Falkirk, on Sunday.
And how the preparations have been going so far?
Brilliant, good. With I think the biggest thing and the hardest thing for me, as we talked about quite a bit on here, is that the team I'm going to pick. We've got everyone fit apart from Ryan Astles. So we have I have got a tough job. Everyone's been brilliant. We're going to need everyone because there's obviously 9 subs in this competition as well. So we're going to have a bigger bench than normal than our domestic league does. So we're going to have more options. So everyone's going to be needed all week. The preparation, everyone's going to be needed on the day. But there have been all season. There's not one player in our dressing room that has not played a huge part in where we've got to up to now. And we'll need them. It's tough. Yes, it's disappointing. Not playing every week if you want to, but I was speaking to players today, and the preparation today moving forward is that, you know, every single person's played a huge, you know, we can't do it without the players that haven't played as much as what they want to. We can't do it without the players that are playing every week. We can't do it without the collective group of members that we've got, staff we've got. So it's a real together in team, you know, a team performance on and off the pitch. So we've got to make sure we remember that, and, you know, and all stick together. And if we play the way we can play, we've got a great opportunity.
And as we talk on Wednesday afternoon here at Park Hall, have you got those 11 players in mind that have made the final cut?
No, I haven't. You know, we've done some tactical stuff today, and I haven't quite made my mind up yet. So, you know, there's maybe 1 or 2 positions up for grabs, and you know, that'll be decided by myself and the staff in the next 24 hours, and then we'll finish off the last bits of preparation.
And finally, Craig, you've had a lot of experience of football against Scottish teams, both with Connah's Quay Nomads and, of course, the New Saints. Hypothetically speaking, of course, but where would you feel that TNS would fit in the Scottish system right now?
Yeah, well, I think you look at it right the way across. You know, I think we would more than hold our own in the championship. We'd probably challenge top end of it. You know, yes, we got beat off Dundee last year at home, but I think the game was it was never the scoreline it made out to be. We dominated the possession. You know, they probably were they just finished better on the day. They scored a couple of goals, and their finishing was better on the day. But I thought our possession, you know, was a lot higher than theirs. You know, and they obviously went on to win the Scottish championship that year. You're looking back with Connah's Quay, Ross County were more than held our own in that game for probably 60 minutes, you know, ahead at half time. So you're talking about Welsh football in general, and then obviously you talk about TNS, and, you know, I think we would be, you know, we'd be challenging for that top spot in the championship, and possibly at a push maybe surviving that Scottish Prem. That's just my personal opinion.